Alright, hey, what's up guys? It's Konobandit here. With links just coming out, we've decided to make a budget 3 structure deck of the Link Strike, but also taking in some cards here and there that you can get for really cheap, you know? So to start it off, we have the 3 Link Slayer. Link Slayer is basically, like as my friend says it, the love child of a Cyber Dragon and a Twin Twister. It's just great. I know it's a little different from Twin Twister. You need to discard 2 if you want to destroy 2, but honestly it makes up for that, and you get to just special summon this for free if you have no monsters on the field. So we have those 3 first. Next we have the Ram Clouder. Now Ram Clouder is fantastic, and when Cyberse gets more support, we already know that this card is just going to be ridiculous. You can tribute itself or any other Cyberse monster, and if you have a Decode Talker like in your graveyard, you can bring it out, and if that Decode Talker was summoned correctly already, then you can just you have more of your Link monsters on the field. You could even, what I think would probably be better is to do Honeybot, and if that was in the graveyard, bring it out, so then you have 2 extra zones that you could use for your extra zone. So that's why I think Ram Clouder is such a great card. Moving on from that, we have the Draconet. Draconet is fantastic because when this is normal summon, you can special summon a level 2 or lower monster. I'm pretty sure it's any monster that's level 2 or lower. Yeah, normal monster. So talking about that, for the Draconet, you do that with the Bitron. And from here you have a instant Link Spider, and then you can go into, if you have any other monsters in the field, you could go into your other Link plays out there, either the Honeybot or Decode Talker, or if you have another Bitron, just go into another, what is it called? Another Link Spider.
How many of each do you run?
I've run 3 of each of these. All of these cards right here, the ones that we just did, they run at 3. You have to run these at 3 because these are all the Cyber support right now, and this is what we want to see. And eventually when more Cyber support comes out, the ratios will change, but right now this is all we've got. So still running at 3, we run the 3 Photon Thrasher. It's just a great card to use by being able to special summon this and using this to get your Link monsters out more efficiently. It doesn't eat up your normal summon, and it has 2100 attack, so even if this is the only card in your hand, maybe you can survive if your opponent doesn't attack you. So moving on from that, we're going to go on the 1-ofs. We run 1 Tour Guide of the Underworld. The reason we run the Tour Guide is because we run the 1 Sangan. Sangan's great. It gets its effect just when it's sent to the graveyard, which means that you Link summon with Sangan, you get the effects from Sangan, which lets you add a monster to your hand. And you could even add Draconet to your hand from Sangan because it's less than 1500 attack. Another 1-of, we run 1 Crane. The reason for this is you normal summon the Crane, you could bring back, if you just already did this play, you could bring Sangan literally right back and Link summon again with that, and it's just a fantastic play with that. And you could search. And then a little more expensive cards, not too much expensive, but we have 1 Gamma Seal. This is good for getting rid of your opponent's any card. If you just want to play this deck just for fun, it'll get rid of the Decode Talker easily unless the whole field is filled up. But we know what the Kaijus do. They're an out for everything. Another 1-of, we run the Summoner Monk. You discard 1 spell, you get to special summon a level 4 from your deck, and it could be any level 4, and then you could use that to Link summon. See, our point of the deck is just to get the Link monsters out much more quicker. We have 1 Battle Fader. Battle Fader is a great card. Your opponent's trying to attack you, you just send it out, and then you can use this for your Link summon next turn also. Another 1-of is Effect Veiler. We run the Effect Veiler because I know it's not as good as the Ghost Ogre, but since this is a budget version, and it comes in the structure deck, you can run this at 1, you can run this at any ratio that you find great, and it can just deal with problematic monsters that you don't know how to get rid of any other way. So, more 1-ofs, we run just 1 Signet Universe. I honestly don't think this is the best field spell card. I know my friends would disagree with me, but it gives 500 attack to all Link monsters on the field, and if this card is destroyed, you have to destroy all of the Link monsters or extra deck monsters on the field. So if your opponent had an extra deck monster and you were like, oh crap, how am I supposed to get rid of that? You can just use Link Slayer's effect to destroy this, or you could even like MST this. And of course we run the 1 Terraforming for the Signet Universe. we run 2 Dark Holes. Obviously, Dark Hole's a staple. If we got Regeki from the structure deck, that would be better, but Dark Hole's good to get rid of problematic cards. We run what I teched in 2 Forbidden Chalices. I know it comes with Forbidden Lance, but Forbidden Chalice right now is just 100 times better to stop your opponents from using their card effects, and if your opponent's trying to beat over your monsters, you could even use this just to protect your monster. So that's why I run the 2 Chalice. We run 1 Rhoda. This is good for getting your, what is it called? I can't even remember his name right now. Thrasher? Yeah, get your Photon Thrasher, and it's just an easy way to get another monster out as 1 for 1. We run 1 Scapegoat. The reason we run the Scapegoats is because you can get a Link Spider instantly from the Scapegoats. I have 4 of the Scapegoat tokens right here. I know it says you can't attack the turn you use this or summon more monsters, but if you just use this at the end, since it's a quick play, use this at the end of your opponent's turn, you get all your Scapegoats out, then you could go into your Link Spider and just continue on with your plays from there. We run 2 MSTs. I know we run the Link Slayer, but it's never bad to run back row removal, especially in this format. I think we're going to see much more back row removal. I mean, just back row in general, and we're going to need to get rid of those because I'll get onto this like right now. Call of the Haunted, guys. I'm pretty sure this card's going to come back. If you get your Link monsters out correctly, you can bring them back in the main monster zone and then just continue your plays. You can bring out the Honeybot. You have 2 free spots right there for any of the extra deck monsters you want. And this is why I say that these cards are going to be more relevant. I know Twin Twisters is better, but sadly that does not come in the structure deck. So let's go on to just some more back row. We have 2 Mirror Force. Came in the structure deck. Mirror Force, honestly, I think it's going to be much more relevant. At this point, we're more used to not seeing back row, and people are more inclined to just attack even if there is back row, because most people, if they're running any back row, it's to help their deck out rather than like the stop plays. So I think this is good because Link monsters can't go in defense for 1. So if you have this card and they attack with their Link monster, it's forced to be an attack, so it's going to get destroyed. Moving on, we run 1 Fiendish Chain. This is just great for effect monsters in general. It came in the structure deck, so I say why not. It's free. Well, not free. You spend it in the structure deck, but if you're just picking those up, it's good. We run 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. It's a common staple. Get rid of any monsters that your opponent wants to summon. And then lastly, we run the 1 Compulsory Evacuation Device. Same thing as Bottomless Trap Hole. It came in the deck. Might as well run it because it is a staple for many things. So that's the main deck, guys. We're going to go on to the extra deck. So with the 3 new Link cards that came out, we run 3 of each. So 3 Decode Talkers. This is the card. It has arrows pointing to the left portion and to the right, not directly below it, but it also has one pointing towards your opponent. So for every monster that is linked to this card, so where the arrows are pointing, this monster gains 500 attack. So it has 2300 on its own, and it can basically get up to 3700 if you have all of those zones taken up. And the best thing about this also is that if an opponent is using a card effect that targets a card you control, you can tribute any of those monsters that is linked to that card and negate it. So it doesn't even matter if you have this out and it's linked to one of your opponent's monsters. You can tribute their own monster and then negate your own effect. So it makes your opponent think like, oh shoot, am I gonna try to target his cards because he can get rid of mine? And I think we're gonna see a lot of Decode Talker in the next coming months. It's definitely a staple, and I think this could be used in, frankly, any deck right now because we don't have anything else. So.
And don't forget that protects spells and traps too.
Oh yeah, it protects spells and traps too. And it's a quick effect, remember that. So it's fantastic, guys. So moving on from that, we run the 3 Link Spiders. Link Spider requires only 1 normal monster to get onto the field. And when it's summoned, you could special summon a level 4 lower monster from your hand. So you get another, say you have the Cyberse Bitron on your field, and you have another one in your hand, you get another Bitron for free, and you could go into another Link Spider if you want, or you can go into Honeybot, or if you have any other monsters in the field, you can go into Decode Talker. I know it's not the best, but I do see this card being very, very, very good in a lot of normal monster decks that are out there. So moving on from that, the last Link monster we run, the 3 Honeybot. Honeybot is honestly fantastic because it has the link zones to the left and the right, which means if you get your Decode Talker out, you can get into a Honeybot and then put the link zones. And the best thing about Honeybot is that neither player can target monsters that this card destroys, that this card is pointing to, and those monsters can't be destroyed by battle either. So if you have other extra deck monsters there and they can't get rid of your Honeybot by an effective way, you basically are unstoppable from your opponent, and that's why I love Honeybot, and I think this card will also be good in the upcoming Cyberse deck that'll be coming out. So moving on to other cards, we don't run any Synchros or Fusions. There's no way. There is one tuner in the deck, but there's really nothing that synergizes well. 2? Okay. But
well, in the structure there's 2, but the one you have is only 1.
Oh yeah, I think I took one out. Yeah, I took the I don't remember his name, but anyways, we run 1 Phantom Knights of Breaksword. It's a rank 3. We run the Sangan and the Crane and the Tour Guide. This is easy rank 3. If you don't want to go into your Link plays, you can use this. And what this does is you can detach a material, then target 1 card you control and 1 card your opponent controls and destroy them. So this is just good for getting rid of problematic cards. Moving on from that, we run 1 Mellow Melody of the Brass Gin. It can attack twice, and that's nice if you're just got the Sangan Tour Guide play and you're like, oh, I can finish my opponent off, he's low health, and just use this. We run 1 Gaga Cowboy, same reason, your opponent's at even lower health. We run a couple of level 4s in this deck, so you can make the Cowboy for game. I know you guys have probably heard that for a while, but Cowboy for game, it's possible. So other than that, we also run the Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. That's a fantastic card. We run the Castel. Castel is great also, and we run the 1 Diamond Dire Wolf because you just want to get rid of people's cards, you know.
You can get rid of your opponent's Link monsters.
Yeah, you can get rid of your opponent Link's monsters. So yeah, guys, that's about it for this deck. I hope you liked it. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'll be doing more profiles for other decks, and when Cyberse support comes out, make sure to catch that also. Peace out, guys.